we're going to show you what the picks and bans and where we think the players are going to go. We have top lane, top left corner, bottom lane, the bottom right corner, and mid lane with red buff wraiths, Baron, and dragon, and some bushes.
Those are some happy turns.
Yeah.
Excuse the beautiful map. My friend here just drew it a while ago.
Yes.
So
Let's get right into the bans. As I said earlier, Tristana Lucian looks like we're not going to be seeing them this game.
Tristana is a really interesting champion right now. I want to see what Riot does to her. I was expecting a nerf maybe on her Q sooner, but we haven't seen anything yet, so for now, most people are just going to ban that.
Banning out that Thresh, don't really want any playmaking supports. We still can see, Morgana or Blitzcrank come out.
I think Morg's going to get banned now. Well, maybe they scouted each other's teams out, I don't know, but...
The Braum does get banned there, so they're not looking for any tanky supports really. We may see Leona come out, but it might be probably Janna and Nami. That's what I would normally expect from the solo queue tournament. We'll see what blue side bans.
Well, if Morgana is still up, don't you see that? I don't know. I feel like they could pick Morgana. Morgana's a really good pick, especially in solo queue.
I agree actually. C9 is really renowned for playing their Morgana Elise combo, which is like an infinite stun, yeah. And then the spell shield is also
Spell shield would be great too. And like we're seeing the victorious Morgana, everyone's saying Morgana's gonna carry.
Yeah.
So if Morgana's not banned, I can definitely see a Morgana pick.
Syndra ban, very interesting ban. Probably targeted towards one of the player on the blue side. Kha'Zix coming out first pick. That might be jungler. We're gonna get a little button and try to put that onto the map so you guys can see. Ryze insta-locked in the top lane. If we're not going to see a Maokai, we're going to see a Ryze. Really interested to see who goes up against that Ryze in the top lane. And we're just waiting for Loam in to pick his champion. This Ryze is really going to be good against the Kha'Zix. Going to completely stop him in his tracks early on. Jarvan's gonna be able to maybe possibly counter jungle against the Kha'Zix.
Jarvan has a good early game, so I can see Jarvan fighting Ryze early on. But if Kha'Zix gets snowballing, then there might be a problem for Jarvan.
Ryze really needs some time to build up his mana early game. So getting an early game top laner is really going to benefit blue side for snowballing the game right off the bat. And especially with the Kha'Zix ganks, there's going to be a lot of damage onto Ryze, and he's really prone to ganks early on, as we see Dyrus on TSM gets dove constantly whenever he plays safe champions, like Ryze, for example.
Yeah. Well, that's when the weakest point in the game. That's when we should focus that lane.
Does look like we're going to see the Janna, as I said earlier, and the Nami might be picked up here. Really standard support lanes and really standard ADC lanes. Jinx not really played that often, but still a very safe pick to push down towers and siege.
Both AD carries don't have an escape right now, so we see the supports trying to provide that for them right there. Janna with her tornado, her movement speed, Nami's ultimate.
You're absolutely right, but we see the Irelia pickup that's gonna really chase down those ADCs and maybe even the Ryze. Oh, we're gonna see the Irelia Ryze top lane. It's really gonna be really interesting to see. Irelia really good at dueling from behind, especially when she's low on health. Could set up a really good gank if she falls behind on that Ryze, or maybe from that Jarvan pressure. Orianna picked up in the mid, so we might see a sort of a wombo combo. Kha'Zix jumping in stealth.
Kha'Zix or Ori going in.
Definitely.
Seems like a pretty good comp on blue team.
Definitely.
Purple team on the other side also has a pretty good engage. If Jarvan gets a good Cataclysm, that's perfect for Ryze and Ziggs to just blow up the entire team. Both teams have a very solid composition, so we'll have to see who does what.
Purple side has a really good variety. They have great engage. Ryze is great sustaining, really bulky, tanky. Nami has great sustain as well. But then we see the poke coming out from Kog'Maw and Ziggs. So that's really going to give purple side variety, whereas I feel like blue team is really all about engaging and staying in the fight for as long
Definitely.
as they can. Yeah.
Blue team has a good engage though, so it shouldn't be a problem. Okay, sure.
Just trying to find the little pictures here to put onto the map. As you can see, Oriana has been added. We see Kazakhs in the jungle.
What do you think about lane swaps here? I think we're gonna get pretty standard lanes.
Pretty standard lanes. Kog'Maw and Nami versus Jinx and Janna. It's just going to be back and forth. Both, although Janna doesn't have immediate sustain, the shield is really good for negating a lot of the damage, and then Nami obviously has the heal built in with the harass. Obviously, I really do think that purple side is really going to depend on the Jarvan. If Jarvan can't engage properly, it's up to Ryze and Ziggs and Kog'Maw to see what they can kind of pick off. But I think we're really going to be looking at Jarvan here for purple side. What do you think about blue side? Who are we going to be looking at the most to star and shine?
Top lane, I feel like unless the junglers don't do anything, is going to be pretty much a farm fest. It's going to be Jarvan versus Kazakhs this game, to be honest. Mid lane, I can see Ori outplay Ziggs, but Ziggs has extremely good range, so he could just sit back and farm.
That's going to be really good if purple side ends up falling behind, because then Ziggs could wave clear when they're getting pushed in by the enemy.
They have good clear.
Yeah. With the Ryze ulti if they need to clear, and Kog'Maw as well, man. Purple side just has
Purple side has very good clear.
Yeah.
But again, blue team, if they're back, Ori, Janna, both teams can clear waves pretty well. I feel like
if Jinx builds static shift, then their clear is gonna be really good. And
well, Jinx has her passive on her Q, right?
as well, yeah, for sure, that too. And then, but Oriana has really short range, right? So wave clear is really not an option when you're being sieged under turret. With Kog'Maw, who has the extended range and the auto attacks from Ziggs, it's gonna be purple side's gonna siege like no tomorrow. And I feel like blue side doesn't have the range to clear the waves as fast as purple team will be able to siege.
I agree with you there, but again, at the same time, I just want to see what these junglers do early game. I'm more excited about that.
Yeah, for sure.
Because Kazakhs has a really good early ganking potential with these lanes. Oriana can slow people. Aurelia can stun them. Janna knock up. That would be amazing to see. But on the other side, Jarvan has really good ganking potential with his QE combo.
I feel like Kazakhs is really limited to where he can gank.
He is.
Jarvan has a lot more. As you can see, there's the slow and the satchel from Ziggs, and Jarvan has the EQ. Every lane has great CC to set up a gank. Whereas blue side, you're really looking at bot lane. You're really looking to extend that bot lane, because unless Irelia is behind, you're not ganking top lane, and unless Oriana is 6, it's gonna be really difficult to get that mid lane gank going. Also, I do want to mention Ziggs summoners. He does have Ghost Flash as opposed to any Exhaust, Heal, or Ignite. What do you think about that Ghost?
Well, it's a surprising pick. Maybe he's looking to pressure a certain lane. And probably get the roam going, perhaps.
I think maybe what he's looking towards is ghosting to a specific spot and getting that ult off.
Yeah,
so
getting that ult off.
Getting into position.
We could see 4 or 5 man ganks. There is the teleport on Ryze. If Jarvan ganks a lane, we have the global ult. Perhaps you're right. The ghost is all about initiating. Sorry, not initiating. About getting into position for that ultimate.
Yeah. But I guess our featured matchup for this game will definitely be Kazakhs and Jarvan.
Definitely. Kazakhs and Jarvan will be the most interesting game. So
this match will be Team Chriskow. I hope I'm pronouncing that. Chriskow.
Chriskow. Blue side?
Blue side versus Team Wrath. The first match of League Harmony. We will see if these two teams mesh. If they won't, looks like we're gonna need to find another partner for them.
Do you think they'll invade? I can see purple team trying to invade.
Definitely. I mean,
With
they're-
Jarvan,
they're-
with Rise,
yeah.
Nami Bubble, they have a really good
Yeah.
level 1.
Mhm.
At the same time, if blue team can find someone isolated, Aurelia, if she gets E level 1, and with Kha'Zix's Q, maybe.
In that case, blue side really needs to defend their jungle as to counter really that invade, because they can't invade by themselves. I mean, unless they get a pick, they find maybe somebody out of position, then blue side. Oh, looks like we're gonna have a pause. The washroom breaks are not over yet. The porcelain's getting a lot of love today.
We see someone needs to take
To
a
see
piss.
exactly. Someone
Everyone likes
needs
the bathroom.
to piss. The Happy Turbo bathroom. I have not been there yet, but I've not heard anything about it. I haven't heard any reviews about the Happy Turbo
I'm
bathroom.
pretty sure
as of
no
yet.
one does reviews on bathrooms.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure too. But it's good information to know for a cast. But we do see the pings going out from blue side. Looks like they may want to get into that tri-bush and head up through the river. It's just a potential idea.
I'd like to see an invade.
I know, I would too, but and solo queue doesn't really happen that often. But purple side definitely is really prone to invading because of all the
I
CC
think
that they
purple
have. Yeah.
purple would win a level 1 fight.
For sure.
We see both sides trying to invade, perhaps.
Aurelia's already there. Janna's just bought her items.
A bit slow there, Janna.
Yeah, a little bit slow. This is speed
let's-
dating. The Q coming out into Oriana does hit.
That was a good ward, so probably pushing off the invade. You can see Kha'Zix is still questioning it.
Purple side doesn't have red trinket. Standard coming out does spot Janna and Jinx in the tri-bush.
I think this is going to be a pretty standard start. The protection from blue side is going to prevent the invade.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And they have the ward near the end of the river, so it'll see if anybody does decide to come in. If they had a red trinket, maybe they could have invaded.
If they had one.
Yeah, if they had one.
Rice taking a risky route through the jungle.
The ward did ward
He did ward, but he walked into the fog of war. So if by any chance Kha'Zix was there, that would have been interesting for them. No invades for now then.
I don't think there'll be any invades. And they do have I think both teams really warded the areas very well. Purple side getting a lot better wards though. They have vision of the red in case Kha'Zix does try to invade, and they have vision of kind of, a little bit of the red side jungle for blue side. But we're gonna see Kha'Zix start off on his red and Jarvan start off on his blue.
Right, so none of them went to counter. We'll see if they try to fight each other now. Seems like they'll just go the standard route, get their buffs, maybe see a fight in top lane at level 2 or 3.
Definitely possible. It's really standard for junglers to go top lane after they're done their route because it is the most convenient spot, and because most top laners are a little bit, I wouldn't say immobile, but you see Rise, he's gonna have, without his ult, he's gonna have a little bit of a hard time getting away there. Whereas Aurelia can Q to minions in really extended range that she's gonna escape.
Some good poke going on to Nami here in the bot lane.
Taking a little bit too much. Hopefully she gets heal at level 2 so she can sustain back up. Gonna need Kog'Maw to harass with Nami to make an effective lane, whereas Nami's going in all by herself. A little bit of harass returning.
I really like the shields going off by this Janna. She's really on point with her shields. If you notice, she didn't take any damage.
You're absolutely right.
Blocked
And
it all with her shield.
one of the most effective things you can do on Janna is rather than shielding your ADC, you shield yourself and you go in for harass. Looks like we're going to see a time gank
top
here.
lane, right
Jarvan
there.
coming in, the leap coming out from Kha'Zix. He does manage to slow Rise.
Is Jarvan backing off? Interesting. What happened there?
It's really close, but the wave is pushing in favor of blue side, so Kha'Zix might want to loop around and see if he can capitalize on any of Rise's overextension.
Mid lane being extremely passive right now.
Just
Nothing
farming up.
there.
Lots of pings into the top lane. Oriana gonna come and maybe squeeze this Jarvan into a little tight corner, but he's gonna make it out alive, and Oriana backs off.
So Jarvan was actually going for a tower dive there, perhaps? Pretty deep.
He is pretty deep, and he's looking for a gank in the mid lane. There's a fight onto the bot lane. The standard coming out, EQ, the flash from Orianna. I do want to take a look at the bot lane. And Kog'Maw is going to get out there.
Oh, the flash for first blood.
First blood to Jinx. And looks like there won't be a surprise for the blue team. Kog'Maw using his passive on minions. Irelia dueling Rise in the top lane. Looks like we're going to have a replay of that event on the bot lane.
It's interesting. Every lane was fighting.
So we're going to see the tornado coming out from Janna. The bubble onto Jinx, but the exhaust on the wrong person, I personally think. But the flash coming out.
The choppers were perfect, right on point.
And they're just going to continue to auto-attack. Janna coming into... They both flashed there. And both managed to get out without dying to the Kog'Maw's passive. Great play from blue side.
Both flash wasted, but a worthy first blood indeed.
Definitely. I think it really showed not the desperation, but how badly they really wanted to extend their lead in ball lane. As you can see, Jinx is a little bit ahead in CS, but Kog'Maw is in
ever so slightly.
Ever so slightly, yeah. Jarvan's really gonna have to catch blue side when they're not pushed, because Jinx is very mobile. Both their flashes are down, so there's gonna be and heal too, and exhaust. And all summoners for
all
bot lane
summoners are down in bot lane, exactly. This would be the right time for Jarvan to gank.
He does EQ over the wall. He's waiting for his
right
cooldowns to come back off. They might catch the Jinx here. He does auto attack her. The bubble coming out. The teleport coming from Irelia. They're gonna finish off Jinx. The teleport's gonna connect. Kha'Zix coming in to complete the trifecta of damage. They're gonna get the kill onto Nami there. They're gonna continue to chase onto Jarvan, and 1Q, and he should fall here to Kha'Zix. Great play from blue side to turn that gank around.
That was an excellent teleport. Perfectly positioned. He jumped right onto Nami and took that. Let's go watch that replay again. So we see Jarvan come in, and he slows Jinx with red buff and his W. Next, we get the bubble and a beautiful standard. Irelia ports in and goes right onto Nami. A lot of damage right there. Was not expecting that. A great tornado locks in Jarvan for Kha'Zix to finish off.
I think Jarvan stayed a little bit too long there. He should have tried to find a different way. Looks like we're going to have another gank in the mid lane. The satchel coming out. I think he might escape there. And
that was a good escape.
Great escape. No flash burned, and he still has both the summoners.
So as we mentioned earlier before the game started, these junglers are really, really trying to force ganks in every lane possible.
Definitely, and Irelia really turned that around, and she's still back into the lane. Her lane's not that push, and she's gonna just dual Rise just for the hell of it. She's gonna get that damage. Double Doran's and Longsword gonna do a lot of damage to Rise. He doesn't have his mana dueling potential up yet. Looks like they're gonna get the chompers onto Nami, the exhaust onto Jinx, but the bubble does miss, and they're gonna continue the chase. No ult from Jinx because she is level 4. Changing the focus onto Kog'Maw, and they're both gonna get out alive.
This is a really aggressive game.
This is a really aggressive game.
Blue team does have the lead, and I think they're just trying to continually push it further and further.
Absolutely right. Jarvan, like I said, he's really going to need to make these plays on the bot lane. He's hovering around there all the time.
He's down in bot again.
Yeah.
Let's see.
But at this point, he really needs to choose who he's going to help, because Rise really needs some help in the top lane. He's getting out CS'd by 20 creeps. And in the bot lane, they're losing as well. So Jarvan really needs to capitalize on what he can. Really, it's all up to Jarvan. It all rests on his shoulders this game.
There is a lot of pressure on him. If I were Jarvan, I would maybe consider going mid. Because Ziggs is doing better than Orianna right now. He's ahead in CS. So perhaps apply pressure mid lane.
And the flash is down.
Yes, and the flash is down at mid. So perhaps if you apply pressure...
Oh, I think Kha'Zix might fall here to the minions, but I think he does manage to get out alive. A little bit risky there. Jesus. This game is really... Even the minions are aggressive. That's how fast-paced this game is going, guys. But blue side is in the lead by about 1.3k in gold.
The 4 kills definitely helping them there.
Definitely, and Irelia has 2 kills. She's going to be really snowballing this game to her own pace, really. She's in the mid lane. She wanted to gank maybe, but or rather clear the wave.
Jinx is really good with her zap. She has landed a lot of those.
And the combo with Janna's Tornado is going to make that zap even more effective when they're stationary in the air.
let's see what's happening here.
That is not the right button, but that's the Fog of War. We're going to see a tornado hit the ghost golems, as we call them.
Just picking up some extra farm right here.
I do want to see if Oriana got the blue buff, or if it was, oh, it was given. I saw Aurelia there. I thought it was given to Aurelia, but it's gonna go. It's just gonna be continuous farm in the mid lane, where Ziggs is winning, like as expected.
Ziggs is quite ahead in farm. In fact, 20 CS in front of Oriana.
I think the gank with Jarvan had a lot to do with that, and the fact that the failed gank onto Ziggs had a lot to do with that as well. He managed to just get out, recall, and be back to lane. I still haven't seen him use his ult, so he could make some plays even though he's not there.
We might see something in bot lane. Jarvan's
the bait from Kog'Maw, Cataclysm coming out the bubble. Kha'Zix in the back line. He's gonna come out and help out here.
One kill.
Chompers do miss. Wave coming out. They might return back onto this Jinx flash.
Beautiful flash and a double kill.
Play. Double kill. They might dive here, but they're not going to dive.
If Ziggs were to move down and drop his ults, I can see a dive or go secure Dragon.
We might see a replay of this while they take Dragon. I do want to see what happened there. The EQ standard onto Jinx, but the Tornado wasn't able to stop Jarvan. Maybe mid-Cataclysm. He does manage to get both people to the Cataclysm. His first auto-attack passive onto Janna did get her. The standard onto Jinx did manage to get her too. And that was a beautiful double kill. Very well done by Nami for setting up, for continuing the setup. It looks like we have a fight at the Dragon. Ultimate does come out from Oriana. Kog'Maw might get out here. The auto attack from Ziggs onto Kha'Zix does get him. Oriana finishes off Nami in the side.
The red
there.
buff is probably going to secure that as well.
Beautiful! Oh my god,
tornado.
Monsoon! The Monsoon from Janna, but
Oriana is still trapped behind enemy lines though. There's no way she's... I think we're going to see an execute right here. She's running around waiting.
Oh
Beautiful
my
execute.
God.
Very well executed by Janna and Oriana there. Making good out of a bad situation.
Definitely. I couldn't agree more. That was beautiful to see that Janna not even risk her life, but just...
That was just
that was
amazing.
Impressive. That was a 9 out of 10 on the League eHarmony scale right there.
You would date that.
I would date that Janna. I would. I definitely would. Standard lanes, standard top lane. Aurelia extending her lead and her CS, just farming safely as Ryze is not going to be able to do anything to her for a while. They're going to tornado the Kog'Maw, but I think this is going to be a bait from Janna. The EQ standard onto Janna there. They're going to continue the chase. Kog'Maw again and pick up the kill onto Janna there. And
notice how they gave the kill to Kog'Maw right there.
Definitely.
They know he's behind in CS. Give him those 2 kills. This bot lane is going extremely aggressive for no reason. They had the advantage, but Jarvan doing a beautiful job in trying to bring his team back into the game.
Absolutely. He's 2-1. He's 3-2. Kog'Maw's 2-1, whereas Jinx is 1-3. She's falling behind because
that goal lead is gone for blue team. Now the purple side is ahead.
Exactly. Jarvan has been really stepping up in the past few minutes and capitalizing all these mistakes and all these overextensions that blue side has been making. And Ziggs has been doing a good job of...
Ziggs using that red buff to get some more poke onto Oriana at mid.
Absolutely. This Jarvan is really just snowballing his team. And they're going to invade Kha'Zix's jungle because they know that they can.
I think that's another kill here. Let's see. Oh.
But Ziggs showed himself, so it's a little bit unfortunate that happened. A little bit of a tussle in the top lane there. Janna gonna take this pink ward. A little bit of bravery, I see.
Will she though?
Will she? The bubble
Beautiful
land.
bubble by Nami, and
she does
a good Chompers knocks them off.
The Monsoon's gonna heal them up a little bit. They're not gonna continue the chase, but great pink ward. Ryze gonna try to bully Aurelia out so she doesn't take the turret. Great damage with his ultimate and comboing all his abilities. But she does manage to get the pink ward.
Gotta go back for that ward.
That deserves an LCS applause. Every time pink ward dies.
This is interesting how Ryze pushed Aurelia away. Aurelia is way ahead in farm and levels, but Ryze managed to push her off the tower. Maybe we see a tournament now.
Ryze does have a great scaling game, and because Aurelia is building towards carrying her team, going for that infinity
Trinity Force.
Oh my god, sorry. Trinity Force.
Infinity Edge Aurelia would be interesting.
That would be an interesting
That would be an
Aurelia, but I
interesting
don't think in any lifetime we would see an Infinity Edge.
I have not seen that yet.
Yeah, exactly. But the tier is really helping out Rise here. He has the catalyst.
Definitely.
He has
Every
the tier.
Q, every W
Q.
makes him stronger.
Exactly.
The more he hits her, the stronger he gets. And he also picked up some armor to maybe reduce
Frozen
some
Heart.
of that damage. Not going to do too much against true damage from Aurelia. Nonetheless, it'll be interesting.
Absolutely. I think that is going to be a Frozen Heart later on. I'm not exactly sure. Jinx is not fed. Irelia is fed, but she does true damage. So maybe if that cloth armor does build into a Frozen Heart, it might be bad itemization.
Would it though? Aurelia needs attack speed. Jinx needs attack speed. You buy that Frozen Heart and disable them.
You're absolutely right, but Jinx is completely being demolished by the Jarvan
She
ganks.
is right now. She is. That is true.
She's really behind in items, and possibly Kog'Maw might surpass her. But this will
We'll
be
see
a
a 5-man mid.
5-man mid, and this is the wave clear that I was talking about. Ziggs,
Right, exactly.
absolutely.
Ziggs is ahead enough to do that. Beautiful bubble. This Nami is just so on point with her bubbles.
Absolutely. I think her and Jarvan are really making a devilish duo there.
They did make they won bot lane after losing that lane so hard.
Exactly, and Irelia actually used her teleport, but they're gonna
Beautiful
get the
bubble again.
they're gonna cataclysm onto
Great
Kha'Zix.
ultimate followed by.
Only
There are just way too many ultimates here.
way too much going on. Rise teleports in. He gets a double kill onto Jinx and Kha'Zix there. They're gonna continue
Aurelia
to chase.
fighting in the middle though, fighting 4 people.
Rise-
Beautiful triple kill by Rise, and Ziggs is wanting some more blood.
He's gonna miss the Q there. He's gonna continue the chase. He does pop his ghost. The ghost has been popped.
Will this be an ace for purple team?
He does not have his ult because I think he used it earlier in the fight, and he's not
Beautiful
gonna get any
tornado to
kills.
disengage right there. Jarvan going a bit too deep now. Let's
gonna
see that
see-
replay now. So we see the engage by Nami and Jarvan onto Kha'Zix. A beautiful tidal wave.
That was a bit of a
knocks
combo
all-
there to delay that Rise was teleporting in. And Orianna missed her ult, only landing on the support, who was already used all her spells, which was not really a good idea. Because now she's useless in the fight.
Notice how Aurelia over here is fighting 3 people on the team. It's really bad positioning by her.
She should have been focusing, or peeling rather, for her team, and they could have came out with a few kills of their own.
Perhaps.
But
Let's get
nonetheless,
back into
great
the game.
play. Yeah, let's get back
Dragon
into the
is
game.
back up, so perhaps we'll see someone trying to make a play for it. We see blue team is initiating on Dragon already.
They really want to burst this down because Rise, Ziggs, and Kog'Maw are late to the party. No steal from Jarvan, but he is going to EQ out of there. And then they might turn on this Rise, actually, if Orianna uses her...
That would be a bad fight for them. Notice how purple team is extremely split right now.
Exactly, and they're still going to continue this mid push right after Dragon. The wave clear is not going to be enough for blue team to push in purple team because of the wave clear that purple team has. And the vision
Ziggs is taking all the farm by himself.
he's doing a lot of damage.
He
Almost
is.
has the Rabadon's death cap. Almost. He has the needlessly large Raj 1 component.
Jarvan going deep into Kha'Zix's jungle, looking to seal that raid.
Even though he's behind in CS from Kha'Zix, he has 4 more assists than Kha'Zix. He's been participating in more of the kills and more of the objective control than Kha'Zix.
Right,
Kha'Zix
purple
has
team
just
is
been,
ahead in gold now.
yeah, for sure, definitely. Even with that turret that Irelia just got, they're still ahead in gold by about 400.
400 or 500. Aurelia sitting in the bush on top, looking to make a play on Rise, but Rise disengages.
Absolutely. I do want to point out that even though purple side is a little bit ahead in gold, or I feel as if they're a little bit more confident in their decisions, blue side does have 2 turrets down. They do have a lot more objectives. They just got a dragon. They have 2 turrets down. So even though purple side looks a little bit more confident, blue side is really making great decisions in their objectives.
Yeah, none of the teams are behind right now. They're both neck to neck. No saying who will take this game. The triple kill on Rise really pushed him forward. He has the Rod of Ages up, and he's going to fight now. Let's see what happens here. Using his ultimate speed to disengage there was a good idea. Trinity Force too much for him to deal with.
Absolutely, and that ultimate was sustaining Aurelia as she was fighting, so it was really difficult for Rise to put back any damage that she had already healed back up, you know. And now she's going to be roaming down to the mid lane, hopefully to get a pick onto Ziggs or find Jarvan in the jungle.
Mid lane constantly pushing back and forth, just who can wave clear faster.
I think that Janna is kind of a lost little lamb right now. She's just sticking around in the mid lane, not really knowing what to do.
She needs to help Ori clear though.
The tornado doesn't do that much damage to help with the clear. All she's really there for is to help maybe Orianna from getting engaged. But they have 2 wards set up in both bushes on each side of the mid lane. And they do see Jarvan clearing his red. So this means that they can make any plays, but there's no place to be made. Aurelia just back. Kha'Zix is roaming down bot lane, but Kog'Maw and Nami are already backed off. So we're kind of like in a little bit of a league limbo right now, where we're waiting for the next big thing to
Right,
happen.
the pace of the game has slowed down considerably. Everyone just taking it safe now. They know that perhaps the next team fight could change things for either of the team. Very neck to neck right now.
I think Blue Side's also a little bit of afraid after that last team fight. A little bit of indecision from some of the players. And Aurelia was really going in ham there, but not enough meat to go around, so the other teammates were a little bit afraid, so they backed off. That was a great play though, nonetheless. Earlier on when Janna managed to escape with the tornado as Ziggs was chasing them down.
I feel like they should have probably focused for objectives instead of chasing there. The time they wasted on chasing, they probably could have gotten middle tower
Absolutely.
and pressed their advantage. Mistakes were made nonetheless. We'll see what happens now.
Do you think that both teams are waiting for a spike in damage? I feel like Ziggs is maybe a little bit waiting for that Rabadon. He is farming heavily, trying to get his power spike, and maybe they'll siege mid after that.
Indeed.
But do you think that any of the players on both teams are waiting for a power spike?
Well, if you look at the items right now, Jinx doesn't have a single complete item.
Yeah.
Orianna is just sitting on Athene's. Ziggs, on the other hand, has his Athene's. If I was Ziggs, I'd be like, let's wait once I get my decap. Let's secure the wing. Why make a risky play, right?
Absolutely.
Good wave clear there, getting some poke on to Jinx. And we see Aurelia is really pushing top lane extremely hard. She's locked Rise up in the lane.
This is the exact wave clear that I've been talking about. This Ziggs gave Nami and Kog'Maw the opportunity to push down bottom,
Exactly.
while Ziggs was able to just continuously wave clear that mid lane.
Right.
Blue team
They're
has 4
holding
people.
4 people off.
Exactly.
Just 2 of them.
They want to get the kill onto Ziggs. He does manage to
Beautiful
satchel out.
escape. He missed the ult there.
They're going to get the kill onto Kha'Zix. Jarvan gets ulted because Rise was a little bit too close.
That was
to
a
him.
good super mega death rocket.
That's for
You
sure.
see,
They're going to
this fight is
continue
still
the
not
kill
over.
onto Aurelia. They're not going to be able to finish her off though. The CC was great onto Aurelia, but not enough damage coming out. Maybe from Kog'Maw. I know that Rise and Nami were participating, but
This will definitely be the blue tower though.
Definitely.
No one on blue team has enough health to stay for that.
great poke coming out from Ziggs and
Oh.
Kog'Maw. They really want these guys to back off. They're going to get the bubble onto...
Kog'Maw going to tank the tower. He really wants that. Ziggs going a bit forward, but saved by none. That was a pretty good play by blue.
Absolutely. They pushed. They managed to have a little bit of a skirmish. Jarvan did fall. Did anybody on blue side fall? I think
It was a
think
1
Kha'Zix-
for 1.
I think Kha'Zix fell, yeah.
died and Jarvan died.
Kha'Zix was
But-
tanking the turret, so he did manage to fall. They're going to answer with the
Jarvan may be there in time though. He's right at the second tower. Will he-
Cataclysm is not up, so he's not going to be able
he's
to really...
not going to go in.
Yeah.
Play it
All in
safe.
all, I do not think that was worth, because now blue side's going to get a dragon. See, now for purple side's wave clear, that's what they have going for them. But blue side has amazing objective control.
They
But
do. They're playing a better game.
Bad teleport from Aurelia. She does manage to teleport to top lane. I don't know why she did that. She could have helped with her team, but this is going to be a double kill for purple team. Yeah, Kog'Maw and Ziggs picking up a kill. Aurelia just booked it out of there with a teleport. Didn't want to date that
That
fella.
was an opportune teleport from Ryan. He probably saw that Jinx ported up top, right? And
Irelia
Let's go
teleported
on
top.
this. Sorry, Irelia
Yeah.
teleported top. Let's go on this and let's take the advantage. Good ultimate trying to clear the wave. They may still tank the tower and go for it.
Great
Beautiful-
answer.
Beautiful trade there. Tower
Definitely.
for dragon any day.
And a few kills.
And mid tower.
And mid tower. They're not going to be able to get it because Janna and Kha'Zix are looping up there. But Kog'Maw is here at the party. He has arrived. He wants some drinks. But it does look like they're just going to continue the wave clear. But Rise in the top lane. He doesn't have teleport, so he's not going to be able to join the party on his own. He might have to come
Blue
on
team
down.
should fight this if they get the rest of it. Purple leaving, they know what will happen if they get caught.
Absolutely. Rise coming down. I think he wants to maybe defend this mid turret because top lane is pushing. They're going to back for some items. We're going to see a power spike from Ziggs, definitely. The Rabadon's death cap is up. And we see a frozen heart from Rise. So
Right.
lots of
Maybe he can do Aurelia now.
lots of big purchases coming in from purple side.
You have the Infinity Edge completed on Jinx. If she gets a few good Qs with crits, perhaps that'll turn it into her favor. Kha'Zix, interesting build there. He's going for pure damage, rushing a Last Whisper right after his Spirit of Lizard Elder. Whereas Jarvan, on the other hand, is tanking for his team.
They do need a front line as Rise was falling behind, so great pickups from Jarvan. And he is being he is being focused very often.
Indeed,
because
Jarvan
of-
is manning up right in front of his team every fight. In fact, he's been initiating most of his fights for Purple Team.
Absolutely, and that's why he's been most of the focus because he's been doing quite a bit of damage on his own.
The Jarvan passive, 10% health.
Yeah, it's quite a bit of damage.
So we see a Baron dance very early in the game, 25 minutes in.
Janna is really low, so this is opportune for purple side unless Orianna can get a nice wombo combo, which Irelia and Kha'Zix would follow up on that, as well as Jinx with the super mega death.
Good wave clear by blue team here. Just
Great damage from the Ziggs bomb there. Kha'Zix falling to half HP. They're gonna continue the push. I think Kha'Zix and Janna are gonna have to back off because they're too low.
That was your death captain work right there. Ziggs with a tremendous amount of AP, 345 AP in 26 minutes. Aurelia using ultimate to clear the wave. Blue team is desperate right now to get purple team off their tower.
Great damage from Ziggs. Continue getting Jinx now to half HP. Kha'Zix already had to back, so he will be coming back. But now Jinx is gonna have to back off too. Orianna is low as well. I think the ult might be coming out from Ziggs because they are pretty low.
Blue team is going to have to let this go. If they stay and fight, this might be game for them.
Great sustain from Nami, keeping up her backline all healed up. They're pretty much at full HP, whereas blue side's a little bit faltering. They're looking for an engage, but
Jarvan scaring them off. He just walked ahead. If you notice, he just walked into the blue team, backed off right away.
he is a huge wall right now.
They are fearing Demacia right now.
Definitely. That's why they're not face checking any bushes. But almost took the blue buff there. That would have been a good
That
pickup. but
pink ward
yeah.
is what saves the blue for them. That's
Absolutely.
why warding is important.
The more you know, guys. The more you know. This is now turned into an educational television show. We're not streaming anymore. This is just all about. Oh, Aurelia coming to the top lane, but she's not gonna duo Jarvan. He's way too
I would
tanky.
like to see this fight. I feel like perhaps Aurelia could do something.
She's gonna turn the fight.
Indeed, she could.
Lots of damage.
Backing off due to lack of vision. Rise is moving up top. If Jarvan fights this will be bad for Aurelia.
She knows what's up though. She knows what's up. She has a tower to fall back on, so she's good. But blue side's gonna be rotating up there to see if they can cut off any players in the jungle. But they have a pink ward near red buff, so we'll see if anything does go down.
They know they're in there.
Kha'Zix coming out to jump.
Ziggs cut
Beautiful
off,
satchel! Avoids the ultimate, but does get picked up by Jinx. Great play there. But great satchel from Ziggs too.
I thought he was out.
He's a slippery guy.
Orianna ult wasted there, and as we see in bot lane, Kog'Maw is going for that bot lane tower.
They don't have Ziggs for the wave push, and this is really bad for Kog'Maw. She's splitting right now.
Rise does clear the wave.
The
Jarvan
Cataclysm!
mans up. Beautiful monsoon.
He does
Jarvan
manage to fall.
falls.
They're gonna
Rise
continue.
unable to defend anyone. This team is going in for purple team.
Purple team is falling at the shambles right now. Great
Beautiful
zap from Jinx.
Beautiful zap.
They're all really low. Kog'Maw recalled and he wants some blood. I don't think he's going to get it. The zap coming out, it does miss. Janna here getting the knockup off.
may be falling indeed as well. They decide to back off. Let's see that replay again. Beautiful fight by blue team.
So what really set this team up was the monsoon that we're going to see in just a few seconds here. Jarvan tries to get all the players grouped up for Ryze's ult to be effective, but the monsoon really separates him from the fight, and the tidal wave just hits one person on the team. And that's just gonna really, they're gonna dive and they're gonna finish up cleanup. But really, that monsoon's what really set this team up.
If you notice, right before the fight happened, Ryze used his ultimate to clear the wave. Blue team knew that they have no more damage, and they went into that. Now purple team trying to secure Dragon to make up for what they lost.
Great answer, however, to get some gold back up.
Both teams nearly tied in gold. Purple team is ahead by 1,000 in gold. 30 minutes in. Extremely close game. I feel like if Kog'Maw was present in that fight, instead of trying to split push bot, that may have been different for blue team.
Absolutely. Ziggs also was down during that fight, so it would have...
That was all possible because they caught Ziggs off.
Exactly. That was a great power play from blue side to answer as soon as they got the Ziggs. Let's get that turret. Let's get a dive. Let's get more things. Let's push, push, push for the win. But now we're going to see a real Baron dance.
I like how you mentioned there that they were actually trying to take some objectives. A lot of problems we noticed in lower elo have the lead and then you beat around the bush. You don't go for any objectives. These guys, they made a pick, try to capitalize on it, and they did.
Absolutely. And now we're going to see the poke game again from purple side, but blue side's not phased. They're going to push back and they're going to push back hard, even without Janna. So great confidence from blue side after that fight. They feel like Irelia just raised the morale of her team single-handedly by herself.
She should get some of those captain boots.
I think she's the owner of eHarmony. She must be the owner of eHarmony. It's the only way. Setting up all those dates for all her players.
Really good poke by Ziggs going on there.
Irelia trying to cut off the enemy team here. She's gonna go for
Ryze
the Nami.
in a sticky position though. Jarvan manning up. Extremely beautiful tidal wave. A great ult by Ziggs. No one taking damage though. Sorry,
Kog'Maw
no one
flashing
dying.
in, Monsoon not healing up Jinx enough. They're gonna continue to chase onto Janna there. I think a tornado is gonna be up in 3, 2, 1. The shield does come up rather than the tornado, and they're gonna get a great pick. Jarvan for Jinx and Orianna. We're gonna see that again in a little bit of a slower pace.
So Jarvan initiates with his flag dash and jumps right onto Orianna. Orianna gets ult off on one person. Beautiful tidal wave catches them. Irelia tries to help her team out, but the Ziggs ultimate followed by Kog'Maw's damage is just too much for blue team to deal with.
I think that was a really great fight because Irelia was all alone and Jarvan just soaked up all the damage.
That was a beautiful initiate by Jarvan indeed.
He soaked up all the damage from blue side, so then when purple side wanted to clean up, they just could. And now they're going to answer with the turret. Irelia
taking a few tower shots. Tower still up. Irelia cleaning up for the team.
Great super mega death rocket onto Nami. And Irelia finds Ziggs in the bush. The satchel coming out, but the red
buff is too much.
Great.
Will blue team go for Dragon or will they try to counter push
This
mid?
will be a Baron, but Smite is up for Jarvan, so we might see a steal. We will see what happens in the next couple of seconds.
Irelia warding, protecting her team from Jarvan. Good idea. Clearing up waves, clearing up the ward, sorry.
They started.
And blue team has started already. Aurelia moving up to find Jarvan.
She does not want this Smite steal to go down. He does manage to ward in the Baron. He's going to EQ out. His EQ is down. This will be Baron for blue side.
And blue side is now ahead in gold by 1,500 gold.
It's still incredibly close, but Irelia is really just carrying her team. She's making the right decisions. She's going in when she needs to go in, and I think she's really just a captain right now. Irelia is the captain.
She is definitely putting the team on her back. Jinx as well, though, doing a lot of work. Now, if you notice, Jinx 6, 5, and 5. She started off doing 1 and 3.
I really think she's using her Q passive effectively during some of these grouped team fights.
And Jinx has outpositioned Kog'Maw in nearly every fight. One fight, Kog'Maw just wasn't there. Aurelia
Absolutely.
getting the red buff as well, taking as much as they can.
I really think the MVP for blue side this game has been Aurelia.
Definitely, the Aurelia pick, when they picked Ryze, I was interested. I was intrigued to see who they counter it with, and that Aurelia.
Absolutely.
Beautifully played.
She won her lane. Even now, I think she could still dual Ryze if she really wanted to. I think
Easily.
even now, yeah.
That Banshee's Veil,
Yeah.
Trinity Force, she could easily duke it out with Ryze. However, Ryze does have a Frozen Heart now. It would be interesting to see that fight.
I think Ryze is just gonna stick to the team fights because that's all he can do. He can't
Purple team has a much better team fight at this point, and that's what they should go for. If they get caught, like we saw previously, when Ziggs got caught, that was it. Purple team needs to stick together.
Blue side's really making it work. I didn't think going in that blue side would have a great team fight, but they're definitely making it work. Even though they're losing some of these team fights because of a little bit of outposition, they still have a great chance to turn the fight around with Aurelia's great sustain in the fight and cleanup power.
Orianna, if she gets a good ultimate off, you can see blue team winning the game right then and there.
Absolutely.
Every time she's ulted, she's just only hit 1 or 2 people.
Yeah, it's really lackluster and it's not making a great impact in these team fights. But right now what blue team needs to do is use their Baron effectively. They're in the bottom side of the map and Ryze has a turret while they have Baron buff. I really don't understand what's going on right now.
Killing time. They're enjoying the game.
I guess so. This is slow dating now. We're not speed dating anymore. The game was so fast paced, but now we're slowing down. I think they're going to be setting up for that bot turret. I don't really know what they're... Oh, they're setting up for Dragon. To try to... I think they're trying to extend their lead as much as they can. So they can really close this game out like solo.
Orianna, I believe, is waiting for a Void Staff with the magic resist on blue team. Jarvan has a Locket, really providing a lot of defense for his team. The shield from the Locket, the MR passive.
I think Aurelia pinged out that bot lane. She's really just telling her team what to do, and they're going to push this
Getting
bot
objectives.
lane. Yeah, because if they push bot lane, when the next time Baron comes up, somebody has to push that bot lane. They're going to be the furthest away from Baron, and that's what they really want. That's what they want. They want that inhibitor down, so when the Baron does come up again, they can just secure it. And the person who's pushing bot lane is so far away from Baron that they're going to be 4v5.
Aurelia definitely making shot calls on this team. We'll see what she goes next. She's very tanky right now, and she has a lot of damage. Kha'Zix, on the other hand, also picking up some magic resist. They are scared of that Ryze and Ziggs.
Definitely. I don't think they like that poke game that happened on earlier on in the game. They're really setting up, but this gives an opportunity for Kog'Maw to really shine and do a lot of damage.
If Kog'Maw positions well next fight, anything can happen this game. Both teams are so close.
Absolutely.
Jinx with 3 items, but no armor penetration. None of these teams are going for any armor pen. Kog'Maw does not have a Last Whisper. Jinx does not have a Last Whisper. Ryze won't take a lot of damage from them. I think if they stalled the game any further, though, Ryze may be able to just clean up for his team.
Absolutely. He's going to become a huge powerhouse, especially with the workings of a Spirit Visage. He's going to be able to sustain a lot of the fight a lot better than he was before.
Have you ever tried building Spell Vamp on Ryze?
I have seen some people that go 21 in the utility tree to get that Spell Vamp. Then they build Will of the Ancients as a part. Will of the Ancients as well as Spirit Visage. I think it's still an effective build. But
It's very interesting. I saw a Ryze the other day, 5v2, and Ryze lived and got a pentakill. That's Spell Vamp. Just consistent. Oh, we see Jarvan man up and jump, locking 4 people into his Cataclysm.
He's going to go solo dolo. They're going to pick the kill up onto Nami, and Jinx is going to get the kill onto Jarvan.
Kha'Zix getting the resets though, jumping all around the map. Ziggs is down. Beautiful rocket. Kha'Zix jumping again onto Kog'Maw. Kog'Maw is nowhere to run.
He's going to turn onto Kha'Zix, but he's not going to get the kill. That was a really bad engage from Jarvan. He went solo dolo when his team was not ready. And the party just got shut down by the police.
It looked like a beautiful engage. She had 3 people locked up. Let's see that again on replay.
So what happens here is that Jarvan decides to go in and turn on the team. The whole team just collapsed on him, and he's going to flash out. The Ziggs all did not do enough damage because they have the magic resist that they built up. Jinx is going to get the kill as well as Kha'Zix. And Kha'Zix really shining here with his Last Whisper, getting the kill onto Nami early on. And he's going to continue to jump and set up these kills for his team because of the slow that Kha'Zix has. With
that super mega death rocket that got the kill allowed Kha'Zix to get the reset and jump onto Kog'Maw. They pushed
mid lane and get the inhibitor. Yeah.
And they got the inhibitor. Blue team really stepping it up just in the last 1 or 2 minutes. Baron is up in 40 seconds, so we'll see what they do now. But that was a big mistake on Jarvan's end. He just went in too hard.
I do believe that Jarvan going in with the Ziggs ultimate follow-up was not enough damage to get them low. It was just not enough. Aurelia had the Banshee's Veil. Kha'Zix had the Banshee's Veil. The Locket of Solari from Janna. The Negatron Cloak from Jinx. They just negated all the damage.
Blue team answering the strengths of purple team. Ryze and Ziggs are doing a lot of the damage. Kog'Maw's W is also magic damage. They're not taking damage anymore. That's a brilliant strategy here. Just, hey guys, let's ignore damage. That's how we'll win. Orianna didn't do much that fight, but Kha'Zix and Jinx managed to put all the weight on their shoulders.
Absolutely, putting out a lot of damage. Even though Kha'Zix, Jarvan was isolated during that fight too, so a lot of damage onto Jarvan as well. Indeed. And he does not even have a Randuin, so he does not have that much armor as you may think. And the Last Whisper is just going to chunk through that Randuin.
Jinx is ready to fight anyone on that team.
Absolutely. She just went for the biggest items she could carry. Bloodthirster and Infinity Edge with a tiny little static shiv. They're going to go for Baron here.
Notice how Aurelia's in the bot lane now. Ryze is double-minded. He doesn't know where to go.
Teleport up from both top laners, so they're gonna chunk down the smite steal from Jarvan. He's not gonna be able to get it.
He's isolated, and
a teleport coming in from Ryze.
Purple team has already been decimated. Great satchel charge blocks off Kha'Zix's jump.
Ryze is super late to the party. He has to flash out of the Baron pit. This looks really bad for purple side. This might be game.
Blue team really stepping the game up. This might be game.
Great leadership skills from Chriskow there. Really telling his team what to do. He split to that bot lane. He knew that the purple team was pressured from deciding which way to go, and they were a little bit indecisive. They got the Baron, and that's going to be game.
That is game. Going for the BM kill.
Absolutely. That was a beautiful game to watch. I really thought purple team was just...
I thought purple team had it in the bag.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. But that was great. Great showing from Irelia, and Kha'Zix stepping it up in the end of the game there.
We did see Kha'Zix was very weak in the beginning, but towards the end, him and Irelia manned up.
Absolutely.
And killed Jarman.
Absolutely.
Mistakes made by Jarvan.
He became a jar boy there. He got shut down. He was doing amazing things. He was making plays.
He put his team on the back. Blue team was ahead early game.
I don't think Kog'Maw was able to use the lead that Jarvan gave him.
No, he was not, indeed.
Absolutely. We're going to be going on a short break right now. That was a great game to watch. We will see you guys in the next game in just a bit.